Alright, so this could be a fun one because we have a Masters Rhine who has actually fallen, not decayed, to Diamond. And in case anyone didn't see, he pretty much only plays Rhine. I mean, yes, 4 hours on Reaper is no joke, but 4D on Rhine. And very little on anything else. Looks like you only fill other than Reaper and Rhine. And so I am super excited for this because we have to treat him like a master because he wants to play in master, but he's playing in diamond, and so we can end up with kind of contradicting philosophies and like what you can expect out of diamond teammates versus what you can expect out of master teammates, and same thing with your enemies, what you can expect out of you know, the master Rhine that he's going to be going against once he's a master versus the diamond Rhine that he's going to be against right now. Very, very different things. Nice fire strike. 14% isn't bad. Cool, so your fire strikes haven't been bad yet. I hate this right now though. So we see our Zarya use the bubble and we start aggressing to try and get her charge and maybe to follow up while we have the bubble. But now in my mind, I'm kind of panicked if I'm you, because I don't have a bubble and I can see her personal is on her, so she doesn't have a bubble either. So I would actually be kiting back even harder, especially because I've seen that they have a hog, because I would be very concerned about the level of damage they have with Soldier, Hanzo, Hog.
Hanzo's up top.
Yep. Super unlucky, but not necessarily unexpected. They had an insane amount of damage and you had no bubbles. You had to continue shielding yourself there. As soon as I saw them even glance around the corner, I would have been back to shielding.
Oh no.
It wasn't the wrong choice to drop it to make sure that you would get closer to 2,000, but it was the wrong choice to keep it dropped once they had rounded the corner.
Objective lost. Stop
Thank you, my friend. Like the dragon follows the radio.
Boom.
Hanzo behind up top.
Back up, back up, back up, back up.
Why did we decide to go that route?
Wanted to kill the hog, I think.
The route you guys took isn't bad, but you just need to die on the payload at this point. You're staggering yourself for no reason.
DPS for the DPS.
Continuing to stagger really bad here.
Discorded. Can't see you, can't see you.
Like, what have we accomplished besides fed ults and potentially staggered? We have our ult. We haven't even gained anything from this. That was really bad on your part and would not be acceptable if you were playing in Master right now for you to do that. You slowly kited back and you continued to very slowly kite back. If that enemy team cared, or if they had a Lucio instead of a Moira like every Master team will, you would be dead.
Yo, you got Hanzo in our backline again, dude. Yeah.
Got no heals.
If you intend to play main tank, that will be one of the most difficult roles to play without ever joining voice. I do want to warn you on that. Not that you can't, But even right there,
Not pushing court.
I did 50%
it would have been
of
so
my
good
ult
to
charge
talk
on the Ana
about
alone. Like,
not
someone
being
needs
able
help
to follow
here.
up on the grab.
Someone get the soldier up there, or he's gonna melt me again.
Or like right here, telling him that you have Shatter and you're about to use it
Hanzo's
would
behind,
be a
Hog
great
behind.
call. So you guys have gotten flanked really bad like 3-4 times now. And that partially is on you as the main tank to fix it. And that sounds kind of weird because you don't generally think of flankers as the main tank's problem. And it's not the main tank's problem as in you should not turn around and kill them. But what you can do as the main tank is you can play closer to your healers, you can play tighter, you can make sure that you're personally taking tighter corners so that there's less flank opportunities and you're not overextending so then your healers don't feel the need to overextend, leading to them getting flanked
Hog behind
less.
again.
Like right here, you know the Hanzo's still behind you, apparently the Hog is too, and yet you pushed forward. And so now you gave your healers a terrible choice. Do we kind of wait / stand in a safe position from the Hanzo and Hog, or do we follow our Ryan because he's going to suicide if we don't follow
I'm
him?
gonna have grab. We gotta use our ult.
So
here.
you gave your healers a terrible choice, and then your whole team died.
Use your ult.
I don't understand why you're walking off the payload right there and stuff. Like your Zarya would have
I got
touched
looped up.
if you would have just died
I know what-
on the
oh,
payload.
fucking-
Not saying that it necessarily would have mattered, but I can see why you fell out of Master, unfortunately, because just the stuff you're doing, it's almost like you're playing a really good solo carry, Ryan. How fast you got your first shatter, the fire strikes you threw were really good, but you're playing a really bad team-centric Ryan. And the more you climb, the more this game relies on teamwork and things being team-centric. And so you're like right now, if I was like coaching you, I would be telling you that you need to make sure that you're staying in a position where your team can assist you and where you aren't handicapping them. Because you 100% were handicapping your team there.
I'll enjoy the quiet while it lasts.
3. Objective A. I would get
That's unfortunate. I'm going up top.
Cool, so like if I were you, I'd be in voice comp saying, let's push this, let's push this. Oh, they have a Mei. Like, how is your team supposed to know if no one tells them?
I'll break the shield.
I don't know why you went up here. Like, you knew they had a Mei. That's really confusing. Thankfully, your Zarya had gone high ground and was able to bubble you, but that's... you almost suicided.
I 1 HP, cannot do.
I'm dead. I'm on my way back.
So fine fight, you guys took first, maybe, unless they come back to contest. But really, I would watch that again and ask yourself, like, what did I do there? Because it was really nothing besides take a tiny bit of damage while your Zarya farmed them. Okay, and this is something that I just covered in another video, actually. Rialto main tank. You get hit by this fire strike here, right? And you can't stop this fire strike from hitting you. Why do you not drop your shield? I don't get it. So this is going to be an overarching problem of the shield war in general, especially as you start to climb. This is not stopped by your shield. Why let it hit this health bar and this health bar? You're already going to be feeding ults by getting hit by this, so why make it even harder for you to block their shatter and stuff like that? And when you drop your shield, you move faster, so maybe you could block it. there's no one behind your shield that's like hiding from snipers or anything like that. And so essentially you're just letting this hit you twice. You're letting this Ryan get twice the value on his fire strike for no reason whatsoever, other than just like lack of awareness on dropping your shield, which is your fault. I don't understand that, and that's a terrible tendency to keep if that's normal for you.
Whenever you're ready to grab. You don't have to here though.
Follow behind you guys on the right.
And same thing that I will mention in every single video to anyone below the rank of Master, and you've been Master, and I'm still mentioning this to you. You absolutely have to hit tab more. Have to. It's not an option. It's not a choice. It's not... There is no way around it. You're hitting it a little bit right here, but whopping 5 times total on the entirety of your defense. And your defense was a 6-minute defense or something like that. And so it's not acceptable to not hit tab more and to not think about what's going on.
He's trying to play the game. I don't get play the game.
Like right there, I don't understand. If you would just think, like either Ryan has shatter from hitting tab, you know, then we probably wouldn't charge him. And you're not expected to play perfectly, of course. Like there's nothing... Oh, that feels bad. That feels really bad. There's nothing inherently wrong with the fact that, okay, you didn't block one shatter, but you gotta think about that stuff. Like one thing that's crossing my mind right now is that the nano. Next time I go hard on the Rhine, I'm gonna expect him to get nanoed. So when next time I go hard on the Rhine, I want to make sure that I'm in a position that I can pull back, or that I'm planning to have my Ana nano me as well, so that we can kind of counteract that. From there, I'm also thinking about my shield health, because I know that their soldier has visor. He hasn't used it in a long time. And then I'm also thinking really about these two ults, because Transcendence doesn't really affect me, but Bob does 100%. Am I going to be in a position where I can shield him for my team? And same with Roadhog's ult. I can't shield it for very long, but am I going to be in a position where I can help my team from that? And what do I have in my kit that can help me follow up with this? Kind of the same thing. If I take our Ana's nano to combat their Ryan's nano, well then we don't have nano blade, which we're getting really close to. So then that's just feels bad, because we're essentially wasting that, and they're still going to be holding Transcendence. And so I know I'm back to where I started, where I need to play safe from their Ryan right now, but I need to play aggressive enough to try and force out the nano. And all of this is like a 2-second conversation in my head when I'm holding tab in between fights. And it has to go like that if you want to play at a master level, a GM level, because ults are so important, and you have to think about how you're going to counter them and how you're going to help your team follow up on them. And then once you get really good, you start talking to your team. So you say, okay, they have Transcendence. Why don't you guys do your nano blade or just even a naked blade first to force that out? And then they have no other support ults, because Ana's nano isn't going to save anyone. So why don't we just grab Hanzo? We're already at the 3rd point. They're not going to be able to recontest, and we've won this game now. And again, all of that is a 2-second conversation. And so you have to start thinking like that if you want to climb in respect to ults. Because otherwise you're not showing ults the respect they deserve, and you're going to get punished for that. There's the nano. So not necessarily intentionally, I don't believe, but you went right into it, and you weren't in a good enough position to escape.
So stupid, dude.
The whole thing I just talked about, unfortunately. And trust me, I didn't want to be right there. I didn't want you to die to that. I want you to win this game, and I want you to improve. but you have to start thinking in terms of that if you want to get back to a master's level.
Shouldn't have grabbed. He called it out that he was gonna bait it, dude. You should never slept them.
This is the second time you've done that now. Please don't charge the hog when he's doing that. It doesn't. His boop still affects you.
Nah, she's not.
My ultimate
Wow.
is almost ready. There's no glory in it. Payload.
So, I don't know why you're aggressing so hard when you've essentially lost the shield war. Thankfully their Rein sucked, and your shatter was good, but otherwise you would have lost there 100 times over. And so I really don't understand that. Your Zarya wasn't even like fully rezzed yet, so she didn't have any charge or anything like that. You played extremely risky, and thankfully like your teammates followed up, but that was really the only reason that worked out for you. You see how all of them are dying on the payload, so they're getting so much longer to fight? Whoa. So you have a Hanzo and a shield, and they have no shield. Just chill. Play slow. Don't go for some crazy play where you carry your whole team. Let your DPS just farm them.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload. This will heal you.
I shall seize the payload safely to its destination.
And that was unfortunate because the dragons was well placed and your team was in a bad spot and stuff like that. But again, it just comes right back to respect for where your allies are playing and how they're playing, what you can expect out of them, because you were past them. They could not heal you. You have Mercy Moira. Moira was pushing cart, so you only had Mercy heals. It just doesn't make very much sense at all. And so you have Mercy Moira on, or you have Ryan Moira on cart right now. Like, does that combination make any sense to be the two who should be staying behind? You can stuff them. Your Moira is your main source of healing. You were really confident in your dragon there.
Other Hanzo for sure, man. Someone's gotta stay on point.
10 seconds.
Make every second count. Crush their defenses. Thank you.
The payload overtime.
So like your team can't do anything right now because you aren't shielding them up there. Ryan should never be the person on cart unless the whole team is on cart.
No! There's 3 of them in there. I know, they were like, oh, the rest of it.
This is just whatever either way. You're way down, they have ults, and it was just the last fight. I would like to tell you to, you know, play better there, but there is nothing there that you could have done that was going to change the outcome of that, unfortunately.
Attackers in. Defend objective
Keep her run alive.
It's bad that someone else has to say that. And like, I understand not everyone communicates. Yes, you can climb without communicating, but it's already just makes it harder, and then it's really hard to climb as the main tank without communicating. Because there's so much that oftentimes you're the only one who can see it. Like when a McCree high noons, for example. Like no one else should be able to see the high noon besides you because you should be blocking it. So who's gonna call when the high noon's done? If he just cancels it or something. Or you're doing all this work, you know, not even swinging into a grab and stuff like that to make sure you block a shatter. But what if you just told your team, hey, he has shatter? So instead they just didn't stand by each other.
Can't see.
Gotta hold W here. Gotta get these kills.
Get back here, get back here. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back.
Ryan was half 2 inches in front of your face. Would have been an awesome kill. They couldn't push here.
You guys gotta use your ult.
They're all anti.
I get why you did that, but you also need... This just comes right back to communication. There's no way you knew that you were gonna get nanoed. You didn't say anything, your honor didn't say anything. And you... Trading our Ryan's life and shatter for a Lucio? Really? That would never be worth it. And the only reason that it didn't end like that was because of the nano. Are you guys ready to get grab dragoned here? Are you guys gonna spread out? Like, you guys have to talk about this stuff. And you have to talk about this stuff being a master player who has fallen to plat or diamond. There's the grab dragon.
I just wasted all.
There's the 3 of you. And there's that fight. Imagine if you guys could have talked about that and not been together.
Hey, someone pick me up.
Where's the other healer at?
Who's dead?
Onto the bullet from the left.
Onto the top left, top left.
And again, unlucky, but just kind of comes right back to our situation about
Onto the top
ults.
left, top left.
Why are you pushing the nanoed Ryan?
Just scoop up.
There's one.
Like, you guys only have 2 more fights realistically? Why are you fighting 5v6 right here? Okay, cool. Nice shatter. Neither of your DPS are there to follow up. Because they're dead. And you guys took the fight early before they respawn. Like, I would hope that you would watch this back and you would be like frustrated with yourself and not in like a I suck way. Like, not, it's not a bad thing, but it's just like, think like, why did I do that, and why would I expect a positive outcome? My shatter knocks them down for like 1 second,
He's gonna have long spawn.
and neither of
He's
my
gonna have long
DPS
spawn.
are here. Like, I can't expect them to die.
But we need to regroup, regroup, back up, don't die here. Don't
I'm
die,
confused why you didn't go out the other way, but
Yuji. Wait for me, I'm not there.
you ended up alive, so I guess same difference. Again, same thing, you're still letting the fire strike hit you and your shield. But it didn't need to hit either there.
Nothing there when you ready.
You didn't put your shield down at all, you were just blocking random spam that whole time. So then you only had a tiny bit on your shield.
There you go.
So much more you could have done there, unfortunately. But my top 3 for you would be, if you want to get back to Master, you need to respect your enemy's ults. 100%, you need to think about them. You need to think about your positioning relative to your team. And I want to say my number 3 is you need to join voice and talk in voice. You're in voice, but you need to talk in voice. Only because you're a main tank. That's the only reason I'm saying that. Healers can do it, DPS can do it without voice, but tanks really cannot, because the majority of tanks understand that, so they communicate. And so you're putting you and your team at a disadvantage by not communicating. But if you truly cannot communicate, my third one would be focusing on your shield more. Like right at the end there, you were just blocking random spam. You let it get fire striked again. It was down 500 when the fight started, and there was no reason that it needed to be even down 100. You had so much time when you were just sitting here that you could have regenerated it. Like,
Wait for me, I'm not
what
there.
are you blocking here? It's down 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 1,000, and like you've only blocked random spam. Super unlucky, and good game to you. Good luck with the 3 things I mentioned, and I'm sure that you'll get back to Master.